Several gun store owners near the U.S.-Mexico border are suing the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco and Firearms and the Obama administration over new regulations that would require them to report multiple sales of semi-automatic rifles. These new rules only apply to gun dealers in those 4 states bordering Mexico. Now, it's new fallout, partially in response to the government's so-called Operation Fast and Furious, which helped smuggle American guns into Mexico. 2 of those guns found at the scene where Border Patrol agent Brian Terry was shot and killed last year. Joining us now, criminal defense attorney Dwane Cates. Also with us, Doug Burns, a former prosecutor. Doug, it's always been my understanding, based on high school civics,
yes,
that Congress is supposed to pass laws and the administration is supposed to enforce it. So how are they getting away with passing what amounts to a law here?
You forgot maybe the second half of that, or a college course in administrative law, John.
I didn't take that course.
Which, joking aside, seriously says that Congress can additionally delegate authority to administrative agencies to engage in rulemaking. And as a matter of fact, we have dozens of federal agencies that create and enforce rules every day, the FDA, the
Sure.
EPA, and so forth. So the question, and you're actually right on some levels, what's interesting about this real quick is that Congress said that if you sell more than 1 handgun to somebody within 5 days, that has to be reported, but they didn't say this thing about rifles. So that's what the claim is, basically.
Well, Dwane, there seems to be, there's been this entire uproar about Operation Fast and Furious. The ATF was actually encouraging or allowing the sale of these high-powered weapons to go to drug dealers in Mexico, and lo and behold, some of them apparently used them for crimes. The ATF knew it and botched it. Is this a reaction to that?
Oh, I absolutely believe it is, and they're trying to make a regulation on these store owners, and this regulation is not legal, it's not effective, and it's not fair. I mean, as was stated earlier, there is a statute that says you can't sell more than 1 handgun without reporting it. Now, that's a statute, okay, that was passed by Congress, signed by the President. They're trying to do the same thing with rifles without passing a statute, and they don't have the legal authority to do that. And forcing these stores that only are on the border states, now this isn't all stores, it's only on the border states, is, it smacks of equal protection, but it's technically not, but it's just not fair.
They're not actually preventing people from buying any semi-automatic weapons or even automatic weapons, right?
Oh, no, they're not doing that. And I'm not saying that this isn't a good idea. What I'm saying is it's not legal the way the ATF is doing it. Now, the ATF looked bad in this Fast and Furious, and so they had to try to do something to kind of redeem themselves, and so they're trying to look like they're doing something, but they're going about it the wrong way.
Doug?
Yeah, but real quick, it's interesting because I think Dwane is hyper-technically correct, but let me explain a little finer point on the pencil. The statute says that the Attorney General can cause the store owners to keep records, okay? So that was specifically delegated. But then the statute says as far as actually sending them in, that has to be done by a statute. But that's a very fine legal point, actually.
We'll see what happens with these gun stores that are suing to overturn this new regulation. We'll keep our viewers apprised. Thank you both.